talk about hallmarks of what I think a good magic system is in a fantasy book as someone that has a master's degree in engineering because the physics of it all is inherently probably the most important thing. Now, a lot of people talk about the differences between hard magic systems and soft magic systems, but even a soft magic system needs to be held accountable to the laws of physics. First up, we have laws of conservation of energy and matter. If you've ever taken a science class, you know these are pretty much the foundation of our entire understanding of anything in science. And when it comes to power systems, these are important. We need to know where the power is being drawn from and where it goes, essentially based on laws of open and closed systems and thermodynamics. This is all what we live by. And so it doesn't have to be described at length in a book. I mean, I think that kind of gets into textbook territory sometimes, but just providing a logical explanation for readers helps to make the magic system make a lot more sense overall. The next component is clearly defined limits for magic users. We as readers need to know what the characters can do, what they can't do. And I think sometimes when you're reading a book and there's just sort of this like addendum to like make something work in the plot that you don't necessarily know how the characters are going to get through, kind of just makes the magic system seem a little pointless in all honesty. I'm really against plot armor, if you couldn't tell. I truly believe a good plot and narrative is based on a strong foundation of magic mechanics. And whenever I'm reading things that don't maybe necessarily have that, it just kind of makes the world building fall apart from the inside. And honestly, a lot of this is why I'm really picky with the fantasy that I do read, because all of this just tends to bug me as I'm reading something if it's not clarified and it's not kind of set up in a way that feels logical. And the last part I want to go over is specifically the cost of the magic. Essentially, we see this a lot of times in literature with it being the character's health. Like, if they draw too much on their magic, then sometimes they faint or, like, they may accrue other types of damage. So I think that just needs to be accounted for in some way. There has to be some cost either to the outside environment or the character or both, depending on what it is. And just kind of having that as a consistent construct helps to make everything make a lot more sense, in my opinion. In all honesty, these were pretty basic components, but if you want me to go more into the nitty gritty of some of these scientific laws and the implications they can have on different power systems, let me know. I'd love to talk about it. See you next time.